Welcome to Earth's Mightiest Weirdos. We are nearing the end of May of 2021, guys. This is getting insane. We're going to go around the room. We've got our game time decision over here, Mark Valentine, but he is able to join us. In case he wasn't, I was ready for him.
Hey, Peter Parker. You got something?
I made it.
Perfect. Right below him, we do have the Wolf of Main Street. Ethan, how are you?
I'm doing all right.
Ooh.
Bruins made it into the second round of the playoffs. I couldn't be happier.
Yeah, but the Bruins lost a game. The Avalanche didn't even do that. So.
Oh, my God.
We'll see you real soon. How's
that?
President's Trophy over here. I got to play Vegas next round. I'm scared. Markie Mark, how are you doing this evening?
I'm good. I'm still recovering from our Pixar rankings yesterday. So.
Thank you, Frankie. Frankie loves my shirt.
Yay. Hey, Peter Parkers.
Hey, Peter Parker.
And the man himself, fresh off of a full weekend of playing the piano in multiple different places. How are you doing, Rob?
I am doing great. Thank you guys for having me.
Perfect. Well, gentlemen, let's get into it. Before we get into our bracket of MCU scenes, Marvel Studios dropped a big one on us this morning. We got a trailer for the November 5th release of Marvel Studios' Eternals, directed by Chloe Zhao. This was the poster Oscar-winning Best Director, Chloe Zhao. We got the silhouettes of everybody here. We have Angelina Jolie as Thena. We have Salma Hayek as Ajax, Gemma Chan as Cersei. I love Gemma Chan. Richard Madden, Rob Stark himself as Icarus. Kit Harington, Jon Snow, is also in this film. He is not portrayed in this picture, nor is he in the poster. He plays a human named Dane Whitman. Kumail Nanjiani, Bryan Tyree Henry. It's a monster, man. So this movie's going to be pretty incredible. Rob, what did you think of that trailer we got this morning?
I'm excited. I don't know much about the Eternals, and I'm honestly trying to keep it that way until the movie comes out. So I am just, like I said, I think I'm in Guardians mode. I'm gonna take a bunch of characters that I know nothing about, and I'm sure I'm gonna love them by the end of the film, and that's what I'm waiting for.
Mark Valentine, what did you think of the trailer?
Well, I told you this is the project that I am the most excited about that is upcoming because I don't know a lot about it. I'm really excited for that cast. I am a Game of Thrones fan, so to see Richard Madden and Kit Harington come back, I am all about that. And listen, this just whet my appetite, which was already I was already salivating over this movie, and I'm ready to go. Let's do this.
Ethan, I know you're a big Game of Thrones fan too, right?
Absolutely huge. I just hope Richard Madden doesn't have to lead anybody into a castle anywhere, and hopefully everybody will be okay if they do. But
lead the Avengers at the end of that trailer, so I don't know.
I think they all laughed because of the irony of the Red Wedding. But no, excited for the project. Like always, for anything Marvel, I'm excited about the different camera angles and the different music that can come from this. And I thought the trailer looked awesome, so I'm excited for it.
It's a pretty different approach. Markie Mark.
I'm excited. I think it's Marvel showing that they have one of the rare positions of being able to do whatever they want, knowing that they can take chances, that they have the trust from a lot of people. This is not going to be in any way your typical Marvel story. I know the costumes may look similar to Thor, Asgardians, other worlds, but this movie, if I think they're going to go the direction they are, with the comics, bravo to Marvel for going out there on a limb.
Yeah, not to be confused with Asgardians.
Thanks, Thor.
Oh man, yeah. So I mean, even they made it look Marvel to the standpoint of the way all the magic happens. It looks very Doctor Strange. The way that Independence Day looking ship comes out of hyperspace or whatever happens there, it looks cloaked like they do in Captain Marvel or Guardians. It looks awesome. I'm excited.
Where was Randy Quaid in that trailer?
I'm back.
In the words of my generation, up yours.
Are we making Independence Day quotes right now?
We are.
Oh, absolutely.
You know how we roll.
All right.
Welcome to Earth, Rob.
All right, gentlemen. Well, let's get into it.
Avengers! Assemble.
We are talking MCU scenes. We're going to break down phase 1 and phase 2, the best brackets. When you say you look at phase 1, going, where is the Avengers movie? Or in phase 2, where is Age of Ultron? They had to have had one of the top 16 scenes in those phases. We are taking next Monday off for Memorial Day, but we will be back in 2 weeks where we will do phase 3 and the 16 best scenes out of the 4 Avengers films. And then we will pick our champion tonight and put it up against the champion that night to crown in the honorary championship game called We Love Portals 3000, because if we put Portals in this bracket, then we already know who was going to win, and it wasn't worth going through the exercise. So, gentlemen, let's get into it. Start with phase 1 right off the bat.
Truth is, I am Iron Man.
We have I Am Iron Man ending the first Iron Man scene versus my personal pick. I don't care if it's not Talk 16 to anybody else. We get the scene of Justin Hammer leaning out from the bar after Tony Stark met Elon Musk, and he says, "Anthony, is that you?" I love that scene so much out of Iron Man 2. So let's start with Rob. I gotta get the question straight. Rob, I mean, I'm assuming you're going with the 1 seed here. And those of you in the audience, please in the comments, let us know who gets your vote as well.
I love Justin Hammer. Don't get me wrong. I think he's hysterical, but I feel I would be doing a disservice if I did not pick that. That was such a Tony Stark moment too, where he's like, "Screw these cue cards. I am Iron Man." I mean, I'm picking it. I don't even think I have to sell it much. That's what it is.
It's really what separated Marvel from DC, man. Like, we're not going to try to do the whole Bruce Wayne undercover, all that kind of stuff. Marvel, those superheroes live in the real world a lot more than having that, except for Spider-Man, of course.
I was going to say also, growing up, especially like the DC stuff, superheroes always had secret identities. I feel like that was always a really big thing. And this is like, nope, I'm Iron Man. There is no secret identity. So.
And then you go right into the song after he says it too. It's wonderful. Markie Mark, I'm assuming you're voting there as well.
I appreciate you putting the Anthony line in there. I wish you didn't put it against I Am Iron Man, but we have to go I Am Iron Man.
Yes. Ethan?
Yeah, this moment, number 1, I Am Iron Man, breaks the mold of any other superhero movie I've ever watched. When he, just spills his guts, hey, I am Iron Man. So yeah, that's the one.
Mark Valentine, clean sweep.
I am Iron Man. It is iconic. Enough said.
And we get the call back to it in Avengers Endgame. Advancing, gentlemen.
Truth is, I am Iron Man.
All right. Next up, we do stick with Iron Man in the 9 seed, Iron Man, and then versus the Monaco street fight when Tony's got his suit in the briefcase against Whiplash in Iron Man 2. This one should be a little more hotly contested, I would assume. We're going to start in the other direction. We're going to start with Mark Valentine.
While it wasn't a great film, the Monaco fight sequence certainly did a lot to save the film itself. Seeing Whiplash in action definitely gets my vote. Although anytime you get Nick Fury, it's always a good time, but the Monaco fight gets my vote.
Ethan.
I really enjoy Nick Fury, and I really enjoy Samuel L. Jackson, and I think him meeting Tony was a really interesting moment, one that really progressed the entire story. But the Monaco fight, tough to go against that.
Markie Mark.
This is I didn't even have to think about it. It's the Monaco fight.
Really?
Yeah, I didn't have to think about this at all.
I thought you were going to go the other way.
I did too.
Why?
It's two such iconic characters for the Marvel Universe meeting each other for the first time, and they're both so much themselves in that meeting, which is why I know it doesn't matter, but it was getting my vote over the Monaco fight.
I feel like the Fury scene, we didn't really know the weight of that moment just yet, but the Monaco scene was, here's Tony Stark driving a race car. Here comes this guy onto this high-speed track, melting away his suit, and then like cracks it. And then you have the cool briefcase with the Iron Man suit. Like, just everything about that scene is amazing to me. And I think it's in an underrated movie. So,
well,
yeah.
All right, fair enough. Well, the Monaco fight does advance. Then I'm surprised. We got the OG post-credit scene, and we've got the establishment of the MCU. We didn't even know what it was going to be, but that scene, man, it's really, really important. All right, well, let's move on then. We've got the next one, the 5 seed, the Jericho demonstration, and I can sum this up in one photo of Tony Stark with his arms stretched out while the missile is coming from behind him. That scene is amazing, and that is against Thor slamming the beers to the ground, saying, "Another."
Rob, let me ask you a question. Whenever you finish a great set and you're on stage, do you pretend you're Tony Stark there in front of the Jericho? Like,
I'm going to be honest. I actually feel more like we did that one. Another.
Markie Mark, we'll start with you.
Jericho.
Ethan.
I'm going
Guy.
I'm going with Thor on this one.
Thought you might. Mark Valentine.
Have you seen my shirt? It says Fa Thor. I am going with Thor on this one. I love that soundbite. I love the animated GIF file. That is one of the funniest moments from the first film. Slamming down the mug of coffee.
Oh, there's a funnier moment, but the funnier moment comes back in Thor: The Dark World, and we are going to get to that later. So I'm going to call the second funniest moment is the beer, in my opinion. Rob, what do you got?
I feel like we're going to do an upset here because I know it's number 12. I love the Jericho scene. Do not get me wrong. I love that he perfectly put himself and everybody at the exact right distance away. So when that thing went off, it was going to be just enough of an impact to, to blow everybody's hats off and everything like that. I do love it, but I'm going with the comedy of Thor drinking beer for this one.
Oh, man. It's not even the best scene of Thor drinking beer. When Thor gets down with Doctor Strange,
wasn't it coffee?
It refills.
Wait, wasn't
You all are telling me that's like, don't get me wrong, it's a great scene. That scene of him saying "another" is better than us getting a huge epic intro to Tony Stark.
You might be right though, Mark. I think it is coffee. Actually, they're in the diner. I don't even think
the diner. It's coffee.
Okay. Wait, which beer scene are we talking about?
No, it is coffee.
Yeah.
It's not beer. Yeah,
Okay. Coffee in the diner, and he's
Diner.
yeah.
If it's coffee.
Yeah,
another is when they're discussing horses, and
yeah.
I haven't watched Thor.
I need a horse.
Mistake.
His caloric intake is off the charts. He's like going to town. It's like Groundhog Day style. He's going to town in the diner.
Well,
I think we're missing one of the better scenes in Phase 1. Anyways,
I mean, it's probably third in the movie. In these rankings, it's third.
yeah.
Well, we talked about the funniest, well, in my opinion, the second funniest scene of Thor against the best scene in Thor, when he breaks into the tent and he just rips S.H.I.E.L.D. apart going after Mjolnir. Justin and his dances on stage.
I'm going to jump in. My favorite, and I think the funniest Thor scene, is when Natalie Portman accidentally backs into Thor. I laughed the hardest
in the car. That's always funny.
Yep.
Yeah.
When she just bumps him as he's walking by. Yeah,
that is a good scene. Anybody under arrest here? I can hear those sirens in the background. Hopefully everybody's okay.
Yeah, I think they're all upset with you all and your pick on the last round.
Yeah.
That's on my end.
So Thor going to get Mjolnir and he's unworthy to lift it versus the hammer weapons demonstration when he's on stage in the blue lights and he's dancing. Ethan, I know this one's as hard for you as it is for me. Where are you going to go here?
This is easy.
No, I really like Hammer and his dancing. I've always appreciated that actor, but again, Thor just ripping apart S.H.I.E.L.D., getting to the hammer, not realizing that he's not quite worthy, screaming up to his father. Yeah, that scene is pretty powerful. So I'm going to go with that one.
Mark Valentine.
I don't know if you know this, but I don't speak Russian.
I love Justin Hammer so much.
For the upset here. Listen, I like that scene from Thor, but it's just not worthy for me.
Like it? It's gelato. I flew it in from San Francisco.
Yeah.
So Justin Hammer gets a vote. Markie Mark.
This is easy for me. I'm going. It's hammer time.
Well, which hammer? Is it Mjolnir or Justin?
Ah!
I'm not gonna. You know where I'm going. I'm not gonna help your joke. I'm not gonna help it.
I genuinely
That
thought
was not a worthy joke. I'm going with the hammer weapons demo. The demo.
All right. Well, 2 for Justin Hammer. Rob.
Even though I like hearing that he's on steroids and he's a bit of a fitness nut, I'm gonna have to go. Because I want everybody represented in this thing too. So I didn't pick Hammer before, and I did pick Thor. So I wanted some weapons and some hammer time right now. Can't touch this.
You realize that eliminates Thor completely.
No, it doesn't.
Do it, Rob.
Thor
Rob.
drinks coffee.
Thor won the last one. You're right.
Thor drinks coffee.
Yeah.
Is still on.
Rob, vote for what you want to, or what you like.
I want to. We're vote. Are we voting epic or are we voting our favorites?
It's your favorite scene, however you
Yeah.
don't.
Rob,
Then
don't let the outside noises. Don't let politics get into this, Rob.
Be
Vote
you.
for what you want.
You have a voice. It's your voice.
Yes,
Use it.
you have a voice, Rob. It's angelic.
so I'm pushing Hammer through.
Oh my goodness.
I like that we haven't let Bryan tiebreak yet.
Oh, it's probably for the best. The audience is. I unfortunately, I think by having an odd number, we alienated the audience a little bit. We still very much want to hear. If it's overwhelming in the comments, we will absolutely take that into account.
Oh no,
Yeah.
Amanda does not agree with that vote.
Amanda has given us the rolling eyes one multiple times.
Okay, she's biased though. She's a big Thor fanatic. So,
Have you seen that guy? I am too.
Oh yeah, the Hemsworth man.
I saw a meme the other day. It said, and it was from like when Endgame came out, and it said, "I go see Avengers Endgame for the plot," and it was a picture of Thor from Infinity War, and then somebody said, "Should we tell her that the plot thickens?" But it was wonderful. Okay, man, there's wonderful again. I said it. Go ahead and take a drink.
Oh,
We're gonna.
I handled it.
That's okay. My words for sure. I say that a lot.
Yeah. Okay. Well, we are going to go now with the 6th seed of when Dr. Erskine tells Steve why he was chosen for the serum versus when we meet Natalie Rushman the first time and she beats the living crap out of Happy in the boxing arena.
I need you all to do the right thing.
We're going to start with Rob on this one.
All right. And by the way, these are so hard because in many ways they're comparing apples to oranges. They're great scenes, and they're all great scenes in their own right. And as much as it's hard for me to go against Scarlett Johansson because I think she's absolutely wonderful, that scene where he says why Steve Rogers is chosen is that it's just a beautiful scene, and it's everything of why Captain America is who he is. And I'm going to go with that one for this.
Markie Mark.
He's pointing to the shield.
Dang.
Yes, I'm pointing to the shield listeners.
Can I point to both of my shields?
Yeah, you can. Look at those.
Dang.
Those are
You got
nice.
some nice shields, Rob. Nice, Mark.
I'm gonna go with when Natalie beats up Happy. I think that scene to me was just a little bit more fun. I got to meet a character that I was intrigued by, and yeah, Scarlett Johansson beating the crap out of Happy. I was cool with that. So yeah.
Can I jump in on this? I think Ethan likes powerful women beating up weak men.
Oh yeah.
I've noticed that theme between that and Wanda, and
Yep.
He's not even denying it. He's all good. Yeah.
we know how they roll in his house now. Now we know.
Yeah.
Without a doubt.
Hey, Peter Parker.
Ooh.
Doesn't apply here.
All day, every day. The scene with Steve being chosen is the keystone to every single scene that we're going to see Steve Rogers. It is the defining moment for him as to why he is chosen as Captain America. I've since gone back and watched it when we had Captain America and or Falcon and the Winter Soldier. I went back and watched all the Captain America stuff. It reaffirmed why we all love Steve Rogers so much. It's not the serum, it's who he is, and that's why he was chosen. So that's the definitive winner.
All right. This introduction of Natalie Rushman, aka Natasha Romanoff, is a really cool scene.
Yeah.
I
Not
mean,
the best.
I love John Favreau. Like, he just takes it. It's really, really good. But this speech from Erskine to Steve is just too dang good. So
after that scene, was he the ultimate fighting champion? After that scene, was he the ultimate fighting champion? Friends reference right there.
That's a Friends reference. The ring designer. Yeah.
I'll give a hot take. That wasn't even like, I don't even think that was Natalie's top 3 scene for me in that movie.
No, correct.
So yeah,
I agree with you. I am on that hot take train with you, my friend.
Yeah.
Where did who did these rankings? Where'd they come from? Feeling.
They came from me and my
Okay.
I have another group of friends. I have more friends than just you
You
guys.
have more friends?
You?
Are you cheating on us?
A few.
He doesn't.
We're
But
not
anyway.
good enough.
No, I was just curious because
What I do is I have 2 groups of friends. I have you guys, I talk Marvel, and I have those guys, and I talk Marvel. And then I've got Kiati Ruby, who also I talk.
Oh, got it. Bryan was on a break, so he went and found more friends. Cool.
A break.
He was on a break.
He takes the smart things that we say from each group and puts them as original ideas in the next show.
Yeah, I already got yelled at for repurposing these brackets, but okay. Moving on. No, it is. I was involved over there too. Moving on to.
Tony Stark was able to build this in a cave with a box of scraps.
Tony Stark building the Mark I with a box of scraps and coming out of that cave and lighting everything on fire versus the 14 seed Alan Menken's Star Spangled Man with a Plan montage.
I see what you did there, trying to get the music to sway.
I tried. Mark Valentine.
My favorite quote from Iron Man is that Tony Stark built this in a cave from a box of scraps. But that scene is epic.
Tony Stark was able to build this in a cave with a box of scraps.
All day. You could play that, and I would be on board.
Yelling at Ralphie from A Christmas Story too.
Yes.
The poor guy.
He got his revenge.
Eventually, it took 22 movies, but he did get his revenge. Ethan.
Number 3, cave with a box of scraps. I think when Tony comes out of the cave and he not only like takes out the enemies, but he also takes out the product that he himself built. It's a pretty powerful moment, like for the film, for the character, for everything that he's sort of built up. He decided to destroy. So I thought that was.
Hold on. Can we get a clarification? Are we voting for the fight sequence or
his escape scene? His escape scene.
No, the actual fight sequence, not when he's
not the quote.
Okay,
not the quote.
Okay, it still gets my vote. It still gets my vote.
but a little less.
The scene when he's yelling at Ralphie is what you were voting for?
No, I was voting for the fight.
Okay. All right, good. Markie Mark, take this one. Patrick just said he didn't know Alan Menken wrote it. I have that information correct.
That is correct, yes.
Perfect.
And that is also fun fact. It's also my fun fact letting me know that I need to go to work, that song. So it motivates me to go out into the day.
That Star Spangled Man with a Plan played by the marching band in The Falcon and Winter Soldier is an absolute banger. I love that song so much. Mark, what gets your vote?
I love the song and dance number. It's a rare, like, you don't find another scene like it in any of the MCU.
A lurking Hitler in the background.
Hey, that's from the comics. I loved it. But Tony trying to get buttoned up there, and then you hear the power up like sound, and then him putting some metal to almost said a bad word. Metal to butt. I've got to go with Tony's big escape.
Not to be confused with the Asgardians, right, Mark?
Yeah, Tony's great escape.
Rob.
Yeah, I agree. I won't keep you guys more long. We said it, even though that Star Spangled Man with the Plan is a bop, as the kids say.
That's right.
Building that suit out of nothing, that's pure Tony Stark right there. I love it.
Well, advancing to the next round.
Tony Stark was able to build this in a cave with a box of scraps.
All right, gentlemen. Moving on to our next matchup is the 7 seed when Steve actually takes the serum and Peggy kind of pats his chest versus when Steve is taking the ship down and they plan their date that eventually.
Oh, man. You're a monster.
Avengers Endgame. Ethan, we're going to start with you on this one.
For me, this one is hard because I think Steve and Peggy, their relationship is really what defines Steve. But yeah, Steve taking the serum and seeing the transformation, just seeing what that serum could do to someone like him. Yeah, that whole scene. I mean, you have the Hydra agent come in afterwards, and Steve chases him down. I mean, so much of that scene translates later on into more action. So, I mean, when he punches through the submarine with one punch, I mean, it's kind of tough to go against that.
Yeah, it comes not that long after Peggy gets mad at Steve for kissing the Tyrell girl from Game of Thrones as well. But yeah, no, that scene's awesome. Mark Valentine, what gets your vote here?
I am going to go with the end sequence when he is asking for a rain check on that dance. It pulls at the heartstrings. It pays off in Endgame. It's a great moment, and it is a oddly emotional moment that we get from Cap. He does not show his soft underbelly all that often, and there's only a few instances which he does, and it always involves Peggy. So for that reason, that's going to get my vote.
Such an odd way to phrase it.
Yeah, right.
Your official vote was for the date, correct?
Correct.
Okay, so that's Mark and Ethan was the same vote.
No, I went with this. I went with serum.
Yeah.
With serum. I'm sorry.
Ethan went with serum.
I put the tally in the wrong spot. I apologize. So 1-1, Markie Mark.
The date.
No elaboration. Rob.
Oh, did you want one? I mean,
I'm good.
I can give you one. I mean, as much as Chris Evans, like shirtless Chris Evans, like usually gets every vote. I don't care who you are. But no, that scene there when Tommy Lee Jones is in the background and like he knows what's coming and like tells the other guy like we're going, and they have that scene, and oh man, and when Steve's in Times Square a little bit later going, oh, I had a date. Oh, heartbroken. Yeah, this is an easy one for me.
Rob.
I agree. I think the serum scene is also why Cap was chosen. Scene was much more of a stronger and emotional scene for me than him actually taking the serum. And same thing. I mean, it took he never put his duty aside for his lady or for his own selfish needs, and he really didn't. I know I said duty, and it took him like 80. It took like what 85 years for him to finally get to do what he wanted to do with Peggy. Planning that date was heartbreaking and emotional. I'm picking that.
I think
Rob, you called me out.
No, I think that again is what sets the MCU apart from other comic book movies. All of these films have jaw-dropping effects, really great action sequences, epic battles. The fact that the MCU connects on an emotional level in every single film, time and time again, that they really dive into who this character is. They make you invested in the story and their struggle. That's Cap's, that's Cap's heart right there. So that's the defining moment of that film. It's none of the action. The action is great. It holds you, but the fact that, that love between he and Peggy is a defining thing that carries from film to film.
Ethan, I was with you. I was voting serum as well. I'm really surprised that went that way.
Bryan,
really?
Bryan, it's okay to be wrong. It's okay.
Oh.
Tom Holland's getting really red on his shirt.
Oh, for everyone listening at home, Bryan just sent listener Mark to the cone of shame.
I had control of it for like the first time ever, and that was fun. Okay, so
Wow.
Peggy planned their date, moves on. I am excited to see that takes the serum from a different vantage point when we get What If in August. When we get Captain Britain and Peggy Carter takes that serum, that's going to be a fun scene.
There will be no pet grab though in that scene.
Nope.
No.
Nope.
Probably not.
I'm not touching that.
Steve jumps on the grenade, and we get Tommy Lee Jones saying he's still skinny. When we finally get the decision made, versus when Ross meets Tony to simply give the Incredible Hulk something for this bracket.
Let's give the Incredible Hulk something.
There's honesty.
Endorsement, man.
Every film is represented. Markie Mark. This one, I know you love the Incredible Hulk and you love it more than us.
Could we have gotten Abomination? Can we swap? Can we swap Thunderbolt Ross for Abomination?
No, because this is really like the Fury thing did establish the MCU, but this is really what established the MCU.
Okay.
Is it bad that neither one of these scenes is like grabbing me?
Steve jumping on the grenade doesn't.
It does like that. I'm gonna go Steve on the grenade. I love that, but I feel bad when I saw this one. I was like, I'm still wanting to know when John Walker said he jumped on a couple of them and he didn't finish his story. I want to know why John Walker jumped on a bunch of them.
Well, if you turn on the subtitles, you can hear it. He goes 4, actually. He had this concussion-proof helmet. And so it was a sacrifice, but it's not the same kind of deal.
Yeah, I heard that part. Anyways, grenade. I'd jump on a grenade for you.
I'd take a grenade. Ethan.
Yeah, thank you.
I, too, am going to go Steve jumps on grenade.
Mark Valentine.
Markie Mark and I are we are mind melded tonight in that I'm not happy with either one of these, but if I have to pick, they're both stinkers for me, and I'm going to take the grenade.
Man, I feel like coming off wrong. I really enjoy the grenade scene, but I don't know why that matchup was just, I feel like a soft matchup.
Yeah, it's a soft matchup.
Well, it's a 2 versus a 15. That's the point.
You're a 2 versus a 15.
Well,
you look like a 2.
I feel like a 15 right now compared to that shirt.
No.
I love the grenade scene.
Thank you.
I love the grenade scene. It's all these other soldiers and everybody else around, and you have this skinny guy who just doesn't even think. He just always does the right thing. It's such a it's such a Captain America moment. Of course, it's that, and it's a great reason.
Yep.
That is America's ass.
All right. We have a decision to make. Do we want to keep going with phase 1, or do we want to jump over to phase 2 and then come back to phase 1?
Oh, I'd say we finish phase 1. That's just me.
Right. We'll stick with phase 1 then. So we are going to go with the number 1 seed.
Truth is, I am Iron Man.
Versus the Monaco fight, the 8 seed. Rob.
I am Iron Man.
Markie Mark.
Wait, what's the matchup?
Somebody like a cat nearby?
That's me. It's a
hello, kitty.
It's a flirting. It's just a cat. No.
I am Iron Man. This is the Monaco fight.
I am Iron Man.
Ethan.
I am Iron Man.
Mark Valentine.
I am Iron Man.
Truth is, I am Iron Man.
The 12 seed Thor drinking coffee versus the Justin Hammer weapons demonstration. Mark Valentine.
Ooh.
Thor smashing the coffee cup. Thank you.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow. Ethan.
Yeah. Dang.
Anthony?
I've got to go Thor here.
Thor again. Thor smashing the coffee. Markie Mark.
Which Hammer scene was it?
When he's on the stage dancing in the blue lights and doing his entire weapons demonstration at Stark Expo.
Can I say neither and substitute something else? I'm going to go Thor with the coffee.
That's it.
Rob. I'm going to go Thor with the coffee too, man.
Wow, clean sweep.
All right.
I think Bryan, if you want to put me out, you can. I feel like you feel bad doing it. I feel like he's not like we can't put the guest.
No. I didn't remove him. I removed him for what he said about not wanting to vote for either.
Okay. I would never say that.
Why Steve was chosen versus the 3 seed.
Tony Stark was able to build this in a cave with a box of scraps.
Tony's escape from the cave versus Erskine's explanation as to why Steve was chosen. There's the cat. We're going to start with Ethan on this one.
I am going to go with the cave scene over why Steve was chosen.
The cave scene is so freaking good. Marc Valentine.
Let's not forget that before he tears everyone apart coming out of the cave, that you get a pretty amazing scene between he and I can't remember the scientist's name right now. I apologize to him, but you get a really great moment that's a character defining moment for Tony as well.
Is it Erskine? Erskine?
Yeah, Erskine's the scientist in
I think
America. He's talking about the guy in the cave with Tony that
okay.
himself.
So I'm gonna go with Tony Stark coming out of the cave and wrecking shop.
Rob.
I'm also going to go with that one. That's a hard decision. They're both beautiful scenes, but you get to see, like we said, Tony putting all his brains to use and getting out of there. That's a bigger defining moment for him than for Cap.
Yinsen. That's
good Google.
Markie Mark.
Bryan, what are you going with?
Cave. As much as I love that scene with Erskine, it's not. The cave scene is unreal.
I think it's like a point difference for me, like 0.1. But yeah, I'm gonna go cave.
Oh, all right. The 10 seed, Steve and Peggy plan their date versus apparently it's going to be closer than I thought. Steve jumps on the grenade.
Date.
Mark. Date.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ethan.
Damn.
He's going grenade.
I am. Yeah, I'm gonna go. Steve jumps on the grenade.
Date.
Marc Valentine goes date. Rob, are you gonna break the tie?
It's rough. I prefer to go date too. To be honest with you, it's a hard decision. But I mean, he's planning the date and he's thinking he's gonna die. He's sacrificing himself for the good of everybody. I'm going date.
All right, fair enough. All right, the 1 seed.
Truth is, I am Iron Man.
Versus more coffee. Rob.
I'm gonna go. I am Iron Man now.
Markie Mark.
Iron Man.
Marc Valentine.
I feel like at this point, Thor, we've had too much coffee. We're getting a little jittery. So we're gonna go with the decaf, and instead we're gonna go with I am Iron Man.
Ethan.
Truth is, I am Iron Man.
Box of scraps. Mark 1 versus Steve and Peggy plan a date. Ethan.
Yeah, the cave scene.
Marc Valentine.
I'm going to go with Steve and Peggy plan a date.
Ooh, you're romantic, my friend.
I am.
It really is.
It comes with a name.
It's kind of sweet. Oh, nice. Rob.
As hard as this is, I'm going to go with the cave because that's more of that. Now you're putting iconic. They're all iconic in different ways, but we're going cave scene now.
Markie Mark.
I think the cave scene is a better scene, but if we're going with favorite, I love that simple scene between Cap and Peg.
Can I weigh in here too before we potentially either throw it to the comments or even to Bryan? The Mark 1 is a fun scene, but it really is irrelevant for the greater narrative of who Tony Stark becomes. Like that's just the beginning. Like the construction of the Mark 1 is a better scene than the cave itself for the longevity of the story of Iron Man. That scene is just a great action sequence. But when he comes back, that's a better scene than the Mark 1. The Mark 1 is fun, but it doesn't have any staying power. The scene with him and Peggy is going to last you until Endgame.
It doesn't show up. You don't know Endgame's going to happen until.
But it pays off.
Yeah,
well, yeah. And it's how you define favorite. Well, it's how you define favorite now. I mean, it's not necessarily favorite the first time.
I mean, I think it's
Iron Man has a lot payoff now than it did.
It's a very vital scene. You get to see Tony use his brains when he's got a box of scraps And you see Tony doing something we haven't seen, him caring for this person who he's only known for, what, a couple of months, a month? How long was it? 3 months?
Yeah.
And
didn't you vote for the other one? I'm just saying.
I did, but I'm saying, like, that scene is a very important scene, but we're going with favorites, and I love Cap and Peggy having that beautiful last moment.
Derek says, don't reason. That's an easy win. Mark straight up caves Tony Stark. So I guess it comes to me then. We have two hopeless romantics named Mark, and then we've got Ethan and Rob. Cap's my favorite.
What does that say about me and Ethan?
I'm with you guys. I am voting cave.
Yeah.
Heartless.
In a cave.
Heartless. All of you are like Tony. You don't have a heart.
Well, okay. We got our championship for phase one, gentlemen. We'll move on to phase two. I am Iron Man.
Truth is, I am Iron Man.
Versus that cave scene that we just discussed. Mark Valentine.
Come back to me.
Ethan.
Easy.
Easy. Markie Mark.
Yeah.
I am Iron Man.
Rob.
Ooh, I wanted to defer. I can't believe I'm going to say this, but I'm going to go cave.
I am too.
Ethan's also going cave.
I'm gonna go.
There's no wrong answer. I mean, they're both. It's all fantastic things, but
Yeah.
I mean, him building the suit is what allows him to say the phrase for me. Like that's the action sequence. That
No,
gets us
Rob,
there.
you got to pick which one is your favorite. Don't reason it. Pick your
No,
favorite.
I like the action at that point. Like
Yeah.
he doesn't have to say it. He is Iron Man at that point. He made the suit. I'm happy with that with the cave scene.
But people didn't know he was Iron Man. He wasn't Iron Man just yet at that point.
I don't have to tell people I'm piano, Rob. They just got to watch me play.
There you go.
All right. So it's 2-1 in favor of the 3 seed. Mark Valentine.
I am Iron Man.
Truth is, I am Iron Man.
There's a reason you have that sound clip.
Tony Stark was able to.
But he doesn't say that in the cave when he's escaping.
Well, he was a little busy.
As we just discussed, these scenes are your favorite as you defined on May 24th of 2021. I therefore put the emphasis on I am Iron Man because we get I am inevitable and I am Iron Man. The payoff that we got 22 films later in Endgame is what gives that the edge for me. I am Iron Man wins phase 1.
Correctamundo.
Did most of you feel that was going to be it before? Like I know the brackets, they didn't all go the way we thought, but did you pretty much figure that was going to be the one that we won anyway?
Yes.
I figured. I mean, it was the 1 seed for a reason.
Yeah, exactly.
I will tell you, gentlemen, right now that if I had that Captain America scene go up against it, I would have voted for Captain America's Goodbye.
The date?
Straight through. Yep, straight through.
Wow.
Who else would have? I'm curious. I would have picked I am Iron Man.
No, I would have taken the date.
Yeah, that was the matchup I would have chose. I am Iron Man.
Markie Mark, would you have picked the date there too?
I like a difference of like point whatever. I just when Tony looks at the camera and says I am Iron Man and then it just ends, I get chills. But I'm glad I wasn't put in that spot.
All right, gentlemen, you're winner of phase 1.
Truth is, I am Iron Man.
It kicks off every episode of United We Fan. Let's move on to phase 2. The 1 seed. So this is your phase 2 bracket. The 1 seed. The elevator fight in Captain America, the Winter Soldier, versus, and I do have a sound clip for this one, so everybody could be reminded when Darcy shows back up in Thor: The Dark World and she runs into Jane and she does not know the name of Thor's hammer.
Darcy? Jane!
Yeah. Sylvie.
Meow meow.
Meow meow.
Meow
Mew
meow.
Mew. I mean, I just wanted to get Darcy in there. I love that scene so much when she calls it Mew Mew in Thor 1 as well. It's amazing. I am going to already move on and put the elevator fight through to the next round. Everybody cool with that?
Fine with me.
With that.
Yep.
All right, next one. Dance Off Bro versus Look at us, a bunch of jackasses standing in a circle. Two
Where's
guardian
that from?
matchups. It's after Quill gives his 12%
Yeah.
speech, and Drax says to do what, and Quill says to give a bleep, and then they all stand up like they're a big group, and Rocket says, "Look at us, a bunch of jackasses standing in a circle."
Shows which one I'm gonna vote for. Okay,
Thanks.
go ahead.
Prepping, man. Mark Valentine.
That was awesome.
Dance off, bro.
Yeah.
Ethan.
Yeah, Dance Off Bro was pretty good.
Rob.
Ooh, child, things are gonna get easier. Now break it down hard.
You guys need to rewatch that speech. That entire scene.
That speech is awesome, Bryan. That speech is awesome. I love the speech. I love that they all come together. But the dance off to save the universe is so much more Peter Quill than a great speech.
Yep.
That's a fake laugh. Okay. Mark, we already know where you're going because you didn't even know the other one. The next one, Escape the Kiln, where Rocket is talking about we need to get the battery last, and you watch Groot just going up for it, or we can get it first and improvise, versus Luis's storytelling.
I was at a wine tasting with my cousin Ernesto, which was mainly reds, and I don't love reds, man. But there was a rosé that saved the day. It was delightful.
Luis is amazing. We're going to start with you.
Starting with me?
Yes.
Oh, damn it.
Language.
Yep. I'm pulling the upset here. As much as I love the Escape, I'm going with Lewis. He's one of the most underrated, one of my favorite characters, probably within the whole MCU. At least top 5.
Ooh.
Hot take, man. He's awesome.
Mark Valentine.
I'm gonna get that leg. I'm going with the
I had
Escape.
to transfer him 40,000 units. What did he look like hopping around? Rob.
I love Luis. He's one of my favorite characters in the MCU. He's got comedy gold, but the Escape has the comedy plus the action plus everything else. That Escape scene is amazing. I'm going with the Escape.
Markie Mark.
Luis.
Really?
I just here's the thing. If I knew my vote was going to determine the winner, I would probably say the Escape plan. But since I know my vote doesn't matter, I'm going to go Luis just so he knows he's loved.
2-2. We're going to the tiebreaker now.
Oh, are we? Oh, whatever. Luis, I'm sticking by it. I'll vote for third party. Here we go.
Which was mainly reds, and I don't love reds, man. But there was a rosé that saved the day. It was delightful.
I like Luis.
As much as I love Luis, Guardians is one of my favorite 2 MCU films, and that scene is my favorite scene from Guardians. So I have to go the Escape from the Kiln. As much as I love Luis, it's sad to hear him go.
Dang.
The next one, we have the 4 seed. Scott steals the Ant-Man motorcycle suit versus Loki's, I should have put death in quotes because, Loki's death in Thor the Dark World.
Oh, okay. Wait. That's a big scene? His, fake death?
Boy, I mean, yeah, it's Loki sacrificing himself and making the I'm not a full villain turn. It's pretty important.
Okay.
Rob.
I am going with Scott steals the suit. They're both great scenes, but that was just that really got us introduced to that character, I feel, and what he was going to be capable of. So I'm going with that.
Yeah, exactly. The capability that Scott Lang has is really good there. Mark Valentine.
I am going to go with Scott Lang. And Scotty too hot. He's stealing the suit.
Markie Mark.
Scotty does know.
Oh, don't tell Scotty.
Scotty doesn't know.
And then Matt Damon ends up being, which just makes it amazing.
Man.
Yeah, he's in both.
Yeah.
Matt Damon. Off track. Go, Bryan.
Clean sweep, Ethan.
Oh, yeah.
All right.
Don't tell Scotty because Scotty doesn't know.
All right. The next one is the House Party Protocol, where Tony blows up all his suits at the end of Iron Man 3 versus
Baskin Robbins always finds out.
Dale, the manager of Baskin Robbins, finding out about Scott Lang and his history because
Baskin Robbins always finds out.
We're going to start with Mark Valentine.
Ain't no party like a Tony Stark party because it'll blow up the damn house. So House Protocol.
House Party Protocol. Ethan.
Yeah, House Party Protocol.
Man, I thought I was going to have to argue for Iron Man 3. This makes me feel a little bit better. Rob.
I like ice cream. I'm going Baskin Robbins.
If you take one of the fruit smoothie blasts on your way out, I won't tell anybody.
Can I have anything hot? You got anything hot here?
Ice cream. I love that so much. Oh, Markie Mark.
I feel like you have to vote Baskin Robbins just because if you don't, they are going to find out. I'm going to go Baskin Robbins just because I quote that line so much and people are like, they have no idea what I'm saying when I do, which upsets me, but I'm going Baskin Robbins.
As much as I want to vote,
Baskin Robbins always finds out.
I have to vote. I have to represent Iron Man 3 and the House Party Protocol.
All right.
So that advances. The number 3 seed, the reveal of Trevor Slattery as the Mandarin versus Steve and Bucky on the helicarrier in Captain America, the Winter Soldier. It looks like we're going to go to Mark Valentine last. We're going to start with Markie Mark.
Sorry, I was reading Frankie's quote. Okay, there it is. Thank you for the matchup. Steve, Bucky, helicarrier fight, or I'm going to go 14.
Ethan.
Yeah, I am as well. The Steve and Bucky helicarrier fight for me stands out a little bit more than the reveal. So yeah,
but
well, I panicked, but then I handled it.
He's amazing.
I love it.
He's the best. Rob.
I do love Trevor Slattery, but I'm going with the fight. The fight's much more iconic for me. I knew you were going to be upset.
Wow. Upset him, Rob. Upset
I know
him.
Bryan loves that scene, but I also remember initially when that movie came out, I was a little disappointed in that. I was a little disappointed.
Yes.
It's nothing against him, but again, you're watching Steve not give up, even though Bucky's in full robot mode, beating the hell out of him. I'm going with the helicarrier. I'm never gonna get asked back.
Rob, you haven't even been muted yet. You're good.
Because I'm respectful about it.
Okay.
What was that, Rob?
What?
Okay. Mark,
for everyone listening at home, Bryan just
how
muted Rob.
is Steve and Bucky a 14 seed?
Yeah.
That's amazing. That's an amazing scene.
Wow.
Clean sweep. Wow.
Wow. You mean you put him so low? Wow.
Tony, it's very clear. This got eliminated.
I was at a wine tasting with my cousin Ernesto, which was mainly reds, and I don't love reds, man. But there was a rosé that saved the day.
Then this got eliminated.
Darcy? James!
Yeah. Mew mew.
Mew mew!
Then this got eliminated.
And Robbins always finds out.
Oh.
This gets eliminated.
Well, I panicked, but then I handled it.
I am so disappointed. The key opening is what makes that scene. Oh man.
Oh god.
Sad. Trevor Slattery is the most underrated. If you want to hear most underrated MCU characters, go back and listen to last week's villains episode. Okay. Oh, so upset. All right. Cap's speech at the Triskelion after he holds Abed Nadir at gunpoint versus the 10 seed Ant-Man and Falcon fight in Ant-Man. Mark Valentine. The birth of the nickname Tic Tac.
Yeah.
Does anyone have an answer ready to go? I feel like we're all like groaning right now.
Cap's speech at the Triskelion is amazing.
Yeah, this is tougher. This is tougher for me than I thought it was going to be. All right, I'm just going to rip off the Band-Aid. Cap speech at the Triskelion.
Rob.
Oh, are you upset with that one, Bryan?
No. I'm
okay. They're both great scenes. I enjoy the fight with Ant-Man and Falcon. It's a fun one, but I'm also going Triskelion. I think that's a better scene.
Amanda says that Trevor excites her as much as Justin Hammer with the grimace. Those are my two favorite characters. Like, I love those characters so much. Okay, Rob, I'm sorry I stopped listening. What were you saying?
Cap speech. Cap speech. It's all right. I'm used to people not listening to me. I made a career out of it.
I am just.
Well, I panicked, but then I handled it.
I am so sad.
Damn. I am gonna go with number 10, Ant-Man and Falcon. Their fight. That one resonated with me a little bit more. But both really good scenes. This one's the toughest one out of the group, I think.
Markie Mark.
Does my vote matter, or do we already have a winner?
No, we don't have a winner yet.
Yeah, your vote matters.
Thanks, Dad. Crud. Man, I really love Tic Tac scene, but I gotta go Cap's speech. He's really good at that.
Did you write that down or something? Okay. The number 2 seed on your left versus when Steve comes in silently and beats the living crap out of everybody on the Lumerian Star and then comes up against Batroc for the first time. Markie Mark.
On your left.
The reason this is a 2 seed is because of the way that this particular line aged as well, I would say. Ethan.
Yeah, on your left.
Mark Valentine.
The choreographed fight scene on the Lumerian Star is next level. So I am going to vote for that to make it interesting, gentlemen.
To be honest, it's not even the best choreographed fight scene of that movie. The knife with Bucky and Steve in the street. That movie's so freaking good.
So good.
Yeah.
Rob.
Yep.
The same way I Am Iron Man has staying power, On Your Left appears over and over again. So to the point that we almost named this show On Your Left. Let's be honest. So
we found out it would have been named. Well, it would have been named after like 30 other political podcasts.
Yeah. So that was the problem. But yeah, I mean,
we're bringing it back.
On Your Left is great, and it shows the friendship that begins between Falcon and Cap, which we get to see throughout the whole, every movie. That's On Your Left.
And then we get Steve introducing himself to Sam later, and he's like, "Yeah, I figured as much. Thanks." Okay, back to the beginning. The number 1 seed, the elevator fight scene, versus the number 8 seed, the dance off, bro. Rob.
Ooh. I feel like if Guardians isn't going to be represented if we don't do this now.
Don't do that, Rob. Vote for your favorite.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm really trying.
The Escape from the Kiln is still around.
Yeah.
You're right. Oh, Escape from the Kiln. Oh, this is a very, very rough one, because again, they're both great fight sequences. But does this scene, are we going that Guardian scene all the way to them catching that stone as a group and saying we're the Guardians of the Galaxy?
I am. Yeah, I am.
Yeah, I mean, I would say it's the same scene.
Then I'm going with that. It's more. That's
you might as well start with the part when little Peter Quill's in the hospital, all the way until they catch the stone. Just to do the whole movie.
No, but I'm really asking because that's
what it is. That's what it leads to. So absolutely.
That for me is a bigger moment, even though that fight scene is an excellent fight scene. I'm going with Guardians for that one.
No. Ethan.
Yeah, I am too. Dance off, bro. It's a phenomenal scene, and it encompasses the moment when I think I realized how much I appreciated that band of misfits and what they were trying to accomplish and do.
Mark Valentine.
The dance off for me is the clear winner here. So I love. I haven't
watched this elevator fight scene recently. Oh, it's so friggin' awesome.
I'm going elevator. Elevator.
Thank you. Makes me feel better.
I don't understand why this is a conversation. Elevator.
And then the elevator callback in Endgame. Oh, the elevator, dude! And then he jumps out of the elevator and he gets on that motorcycle. I
think it's one of the best fight scenes, arguably, choreographed in cinema history. I think it's top 10.
But we're not judging just fight scene. If we
I know, but I'm judging it on how blown away I was by this. I'm voting by favorite, not by outside theories about. Man, I'm worried Guardians is gonna not be represented. I'm voting on my favorite.
Whoa! You don't need to impersonate his voice like that. I'm gonna mute.
Little bit of sass. No, I'm just saying. You find out Peter Quill's not human there. 100% human. He didn't know that. They're grabbing the stone. They all shared that power, so he didn't basically explode. That's a beautiful scene.
You said it yourself. We're the Guardians of the Galaxy, bitch.
Yep.
No, the B word comes. You said it yourself.
He's allowed to say that?
Language. Okay,
There we
fine.
go.
It is technically.
I cannot believe we eliminated the elevator fight scene, which, fun fact, is the very first scene they filmed for Captain America: The Winter Soldier. Okay, number 5, the escape from the kiln in Guardians of the Galaxy versus Scott stealing the motorcycle suit. Mark Valentine. We are at 61 minutes, so we need to speed it up a little bit.
Kiln.
Ethan.
Yep. Escape.
Markie Mark.
What are the choices?
Escape.
I'm like, you guys are like talking. I'm like, what?
Escape from the kiln in Guardian versus the 4 seed. Scott Lang steals the Ant-Man suit.
Oh, Guardians.
Rob.
I'm going kiln too.
Excuse me.
Bless you.
Thank you.
Sweet.
All right. The House Party Protocol in Iron Man 3 versus.
Well, I panicked, but then I handled it.
Because I moved that through because I'm disappointed.
Get out of here. Stop.
Steve and Bucky on the helicarrier in Captain America: The Winter Soldier. Rob.
Ooh, I'm gonna go helicarrier.
Helicarrier. Marky Mark.
Helicarrier.
Ethan.
Helicarrier.
Mark Valentine.
Wrap it up. Helicarrier.
Cap's speech at the Triskelion versus On Your Left. We'll start on my left. Mark Valentine.
On your left.
Ethan.
On your left.
Marky Mark.
Ethan's on my left.
Hey.
The speech is so good, but I can understand. I would vote for On Your Left too here. Rob.
On your left.
The 8 seed. I can't believe the elevator scene is gone. Dance Off Bro versus the Escape from the Kiln. Ethan.
The escape scene is gonna beat out Dance Off Bro.
Now, this is very important. We have to get that last. Mark Valentine.
Oh, they're both quintessential moments where these guys become a team, but the real moment when it all comes together is the end. So I'm gonna go with Dance Off, bro.
Wow. Marky Mark.
Dance Off.
Really?
Ooh.
That was for you, Rob.
I think I'm gonna surprise you. I'm gonna go the kiln.
And I will break the tie, and Kiln advances. All right. The 14 seed, Stephen Bucky in the helicarrier fight versus On Your Left.
Oof.
Rob.
I hate to get rid of the last fight scene, but like I said, I think On Your Left is more iconic. It keeps coming back, so I'm gonna take the On Your Left scene.
Marky Mark.
On your left.
Ethan.
I'm gonna go with the fight scene.
Okay.
I am gonna go with the fight scene. I think that fight scene has that. I mean, to me, that is Bucky and Steve. That's till the end of the line. I mean,
I guess you're picking Bucky and Steve versus Steve and Falcon.
Him not giving. I talked about this last week. Him not giving up on him on the helicarrier. It just, dude. It rips your heart out. And it's like, dude, he loves this guy. He'll die for him till the end of the line. Till the end of the line.
Should I hold a grudge?
Against?
Because Steve and Bucky eliminated Trevor Slattery, so I can eliminate them right now. No, I am going to do that, actually. On Your Left, I think just means more now.
Now, Bryan, if it makes you feel better, On Your Left would have beat Trevor Slattery at this point, too, I believe, for everybody.
Yeah.
Well,
He wanted to find out.
Not for me, it wouldn't have. All right, we have On Your Left versus the Escape from the Kiln in Guardians. Marky Mark.
I'm laughing because I think we already know what's going to win it all, or today's, but I'm going to go On Your Left.
Rob?
I am going to go with the Kiln because Guardians is one of my favorite movies that was introduced. I love that movie start to finish, and I would watch it more than Winter Soldier. I enjoy watching that one more, so I'm going with the Kiln.
For me, they are 1-2 in the MCU.
Okay.
Like just standalone films. They are 1-2. Mark Valentine.
If I'm gonna watch a scene, I would rather watch the Kiln than watch a jogging sequence, and then a 5-second sequence from the end of the saga. The Kiln is a better scene for me. It's more fun. It's more enjoyable.
Can I say something else too? Remember, I Am Iron Man won the first one, and that was kind of a 5-second scene too. I know it was a big moment, but it's still it's funny. You know what I mean when you're looking at it one way or the other.
Yeah, but it was It's also iconic. To me, On Your Left isn't iconic. It's a great line. It pulls at your heartstrings. It's not iconic.
What about when Falcon first reappears in Endgame?
Yeah, On Your Left is iconic to the point where it leads off the most iconic scene of the MCU in Portals.
Get him, Bryan.
No, more iconic than that is him catching Mjolnir and saying, "Assemble." That
Avengers! Assemble.
So,
all right. So we've got Kiln, On Your Left, Ethan.
I am
James. To answer your question, the scene is specifically the one at the beginning of Captain America: The Winter Soldier. When you say which On Your Left is it, but it's gaining an appreciation because of the other one. Go ahead. Ethan.
The jogging sequence.
I'm doing the escape. That whole sequence. Get the guy with the leg. Get the battery last. It's funny not to.
I love how you could just see Groot the entire time in the background, and then when he hands the battery to him, he just smiles. I miss adult Groot so much. All right, tonight's championship: the Escape from the Kiln versus.
Truth is, I am Iron Man.
Wow. I don't know. I don't know which way you guys are going to go.
All right, this is easy for me. Let me go first then.
Go ahead.
The better scene. The press conference is fun. If I'm going to watch a scene, truthfully, over and over and over again, it's the Escape from the Kiln. I enjoy it more.
You could watch the I Am Iron Man scene like 48 times, though.
You could.
All right. So Escape from the Kiln has a vote. Ethan.
Ooh.
Anybody else ready to go?
I Am Iron Man is one of the most iconic lines, I think, from that film. However, the Escape is the better scene. It's the one that I want to watch. It's the one that makes me laugh. So yeah, I'm going with the Escape.
2-0. Rob.
I am also gonna go with the Kiln. It has everything that Marvel does best. It has action, it has comedy, it has everything. I know that you're sad, but honestly, I think it's such a pure Marvel thing. I feel very happy with that decision.
No chalk talk here, boys. Number one seed is going down.
I'm so surprised at all the grumbles this episode. I really am. I'm so surprised.
Robin always finds out.
All right.
Awesome.
Markie Mark, it seems like you were going I Am Iron Man.
You all are telling me the escape scene is the best scene in Marvel.
No, you said pick your favorite.
Sorry, favorite. Yes,
Phase
you're
1
right.
and Phase 2? Yeah, I am.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well,
Markie Mark, elevator fight scene versus Iron Man.
No,
I need to hear the answer.
Markie Mark. To your point, this is not the best.
No, I'm not going to be that guy who argues with you for picking your favorite. So thank you for doing that. I'm going to go I Am Iron Man.
If you did say iconic, like let's say we were basing all these scenes on iconic, which I guess we would pick a couple of different ones, I would say I Am Iron Man. But as far as like rewatchability and what to watch, I'll watch that Kiln scene all day.
Right.
Bryan, I really need the Mandalorian right now, or the I need the Mandarin right now.
Well, I panicked, but then I handled it.
Tony Stark was able to build this in a cave with a box of scraps.
Gentlemen, the winner of the Phase 1, Phase 2 side of the bracket is the Escape from the Kiln in Guardians of the Galaxy, and it almost was eliminated.
I was at a wine tasting with my cousin Ernesto, which was mainly reds, and you know I don't love reds, man. You know, but there was a rosé that saved the day. It was delightful.
That was the scene that gave that scene the most run for its money. That's pretty
Wait, who voted for what in that round?
I voted for Lewis.
I voted for Lewis. So, Bryan, you're the one who put us in this position.
His name is Luis, but yes.
Bryan, you put us in this position.
He's probably Lewis in Kentucky.
Speaking
of Luis, Bob,
putting you in this position, thank you so much for joining us on Earth's Mightiest Weirdos. Ethan, what we got going on in the Wolf of Main Street land?
We'll see. It's been a busy car month, so we'll see what happens tomorrow.
Rob, what's going on in the world of pianos?
I'm everywhere this week. I'm at Boathouse Friday and Saturday night, and Saturday and Sunday for brunch, and Tin Roof on Sunday this weekend for Memorial Day. So it's a busy weekend for me.
Markie Mark, Markie Mark Adams, United We Fan.
Let's see. We yesterday did our United We Fan Plus episode 4, where we ranked Pixar movies, personal favorites. That wasn't as heated as this. And then our most recent episode of United We Fan, we did our top 5 favorite theme park attractions. So check them out. Let us know. Give us a rate or review. If you're a local artist and you would like to design some episode poster artwork for us, we would love to display it.
We are coming up on the 40th anniversary of Raiders of the Lost Ark, and we are going to be discussing Indiana Jones very, very soon. Mark Valentine, what's going on in this Diz Life world?
Dwayne and I are sitting down this week, and we are picking apart our favorites from Animal Kingdom, and we are giving that park some love. So we are doing our Mount Rushmore of Animal Kingdom ride, snack, dining experience, and show.
Rob, your number one fan, is here in the house.
Thank you, Dr. Bruce.
All right, and gentlemen, another programming note, we are off next Monday for Memorial Day. We will be back on Monday, June 7th, just 2 days before Loki, discussing Phase 3 and Avengers movies scenes, and we will put the Escape from the Kiln into the championship against the winner that night. Gentlemen, for the children.
For the children.
For the children.